would you not agree, sir, that that's how practically every election in Pakistan has been, with the all-powerful military installing one puppet regime and prime minister after another? It's just that the faces and the names keep changing. And ironically, the man who was in jail on corruption allegations the last time Pakistan had an election is now seen as the front runner. And the man who was then the darling of Pakistan's military is now behind bars.
That's quite true. The bar is pretty low in Pakistan on the freeness and fairness of elections historically. In Pakistan in 76 years, most Pakistanis agree that there's been just one free and fair election, perhaps in 1970, and that led to the breakup of the country. So Pakistan's been unfortunate with the elections. And but what marks this as a little distinct in recent history, this recent election, or the one we are seeing today, is that the brazenness of the rigging has reached new heights. And this is not just what is happening on election day. So there's been some very heavy pre-election engineering, and that hasn't just started recently. It started perhaps in 2021 when the army and their then puppet of the hybrid regime, Imran Khan, had a falling out. And that led to Imran Khan's ouster in a vote of confidence, again engineered by the army in 2022, as you said in your opener. And since then, there has been a lot of pre-election engineering to end Project Imran and to begin Project Nawaz, which is the new pet project of the army. The irony or the hurdle in this path was that for the army, Project Imran was not easily extinguished. So what we had was a leader, a charismatic leader in Imran Khan with a lot of street power, a lot of backing. And in one of my observations, I called him the X who still stalks Pakistan, the X who refuses to go away. And for the army, that was a first-rate problem. So therefore, there needed to be very heavy engineering before this election, and what we've seen today is some in-election engineering, and what we'll see in the coming days is some post-election engineering, but all aimed at an outcome which the army considers favorable. So I think what is distinct or very different compared to the election I saw when I was in Pakistan in 2018 is that they had a minus Nawaz formula then, that Nawaz Sharif was in jail, and they had to work to prop up and bring in Imran Khan. But in this election, it's not just minus one, i.e. minus Imran Khan, it's minus the whole party, the minus PTI, so which had to be broken up into different components. And then, their symbol, the bat, stolen away from them. And then they had to be fighting the election as independents. So it's a pretty much, in this, even by Pakistan standards, it's a heavily engineered election.
By Pakistan standards, it's a heavily engineered election, and it's interesting how you put it that Imran Khan is an ex who refuses to go away. But fact of the matter is that Imran Khan is staring at many years in jail. Before I go across to the others, Ambassador Bisaria, let me ask you this question. Is it now a given, now that Nawaz Sharif is the new darling of the powerful military, that he is going to be the next Prime Minister of Pakistan? And if you do have a scenario where his party fails to get a clear majority, which is what many pundits have forecast, then it is entirely possible that you see once again a formation of the kind that you've seen in the past, the one that ousted Imran Khan from office, with PPP joining hands with PMLN once again, and Bilawal Bhutto once again, finding a place for himself in the new cabinet. How do you see things panning out?
Well, it's hard to say at this point of time, but from the army's point of view, who are managing this drama, A scenario of the kind they saw in the 16-month government led by Shehbaz Sharif is pretty much what they would like to replicate. A weak coalition dependent on the army, so it could be headed by the PMLN and by Nawaz Sharif, but have, in an ideal scenario, the PPP as a junior partner, and with some gives and takes. From early results, it does seem that the PTI independents are doing well, so they will have to be thrown into the mix with some very serious management about which way they're supposed to lean in, and whether they're supposed to form a new coalition which supports Nawaz Sharif in this new coalition that will be stitched up. But this is early days. Let's see how the results pan out. We'll know more tomorrow. But I think the overall scenario certainly is that the PTI has to be in this level playing field, level to the ground, and kept out of the fray. And the gossip mills of Pakistan are churning. There was a rumor a while ago that Imran Khan was given a deal of Nawaz Sharif type, which means he could exit the scene and keep quiet for 3 years.
Or
And I
live
think that,
abroad in exile?
or live abroad in exile for 3 years, and that is ominous. What it means is that it keeps the current dispensation, whichever comes into play, on their toes. That if they don't behave well, Imran could be resurrected, and the whole cycle could go on again.
And that's how the puppeteer plays this game. Very interesting, Ambassador Bisaria sharing a very interesting input with us that there are reports. We can't claim that we have any confirmation of this, but there are reports doing the rounds that Imran Khan, who's currently behind bars, will have been offered a deal and a free get out of jail card. Let me go across to Fakhar Yousafzai at this point. He joins us live from Islamabad. Fakhar, you've heard Ambassador Bisaria. He understands Pakistan politics extremely well, and I'm sure you're fully aware that most around the world today are questioning the credibility of this election. The man who was your prime minister till not too long ago is currently behind bars. He was not even able to contest the election. His party was robbed of their iconic symbol, most believe that the army has pretty much handpicked Nawaz Sharif to be the next puppet prime minister. How do ordinary Pakistanis look at this election? Was there a lot of skepticism that kept people away from the polling booths?
Thank you very much, and good evening to everyone. Neha, actually, I think so. This was not the election. I have covered this was the third election which I have covered as a journalist, 13, 18, and right now 2024. But that was very strange for me today at 8 February. And I have asked to so many people, especially in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, which is my province, in Islamabad capital, where I'm covering this election. And I have asked from the ordinary Pakistanis. They told me this is not an election. This is a selection. We know the result before the election that Mian Nawaz Sharif will be the next prime minister of Pakistan. To 4 times will become a prime minister of Pakistan. I think so. This is unfortunate for us. You people are talking regarding the Pakistani election. Ajay Basaria Saab talk about it, and lots of people, international media is here in Pakistan to cover this election. I think so. Everybody knows about it. If whenever we will go for free and fair election, which Ajit Basaria Saab said that this 1970 election was free and fair, but after that we have lost our one part of Pakistan on the name of Bangladesh, the East Pakistan. Right now, the situation is not good. Today in Balochistan, in southern Balochistan, the people boycotted this election. And yesterday in two places of Balochistan, Kila Saifulla and Pashin, there were two heavy explosion which lost 26 people lives in that. And there are so many things related with this election. And as far as the Imran Khan party is concerned and their candidate are concerned, I think so. This is really unfortunate that the establishment cornered them from the political activities